Hello, hello, my stamping friends. How are you today? I am lovely, thank you, and I am Leslie with Love, Ink, and Paper. I am glad you are choosing to join me, whether you are here live on Facebook, or whether you're finding me on the replay on Facebook, or whether you happen to be finding me on the replay on my YouTube channel. Wherever we are gathering together tonight, or whenever it is for you, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So I didn't order a lot of the online exclusive products that are coming your way. I believe it's tomorrow. It could be Thursday. I got to brush up. So there's a reason I'm a little scattered and was a tiny bit late tonight. My daughter and granddaughter have been visiting since Friday evening. So there's been a little less sleep and a whole lot more baby cuddles at my house than pretty much anything else. So anyway, be that as it may, we are here and we are going to check out this beautiful, let me just make sure I have the name right, Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper. Okay, this is one of the things that will be part of the online exclusives. I was, as a demonstrator, able to get it early. And these papers are just beautiful. It is a 6x6 pad of papers. There are 48 sheets. So there are 4 each of 12 different designs. So let's take a look at the 12. We'll do the front side and then I'll flip them over and we'll take a look. Or is it easier? You know what? Let's just do the front and the back. So here's the front. I always say front and back, but you know what? This could very well be the front. Just seems like the pretty picture is the front. So I'm pretty sure this is copper clay. Could be pecan pie. Really pretty. Just not quite a wood grain, but totally could be a wood grain. In fact, I think I would like to emboss this with the timber embossing folder and see what that looks like. I think that would be cool. I love this little lazy brook or river or whatever it's stream. I'm not sure which word is correct given the quantity of water, which I think is how they decide that. Anyway, so some shaded spruce and garden green on that one. Look at that. These so remind me of Monet's paintings, those impressionists. Just beautiful. And a lot of very bright green. And I think this one is Granny Apple green. Could be a little bit of lemon lime twist as well. Okay. Some beautiful melon mambo in there. And the illusion of either fading to lighter flowers or water in the background. Not exactly sure, but so pretty. Almost doesn't matter, right? Oh, look at that fun one. Yeah. Okay, so then we have the nice tree here with some water, and then meadow fading to the hills. This one is one I'm going to use. Brown-Eyed Susans are one of my all-time favorites. Pretty much if it has a center and petals, I love it. That's just the way I am. It's just, so echinacea and daisies and Brown-Eyed Susans are all right up there on my list. Tell me what your favorite flower is in the comments. I'd love to know. Anyway, so we're going to be using that one tonight. That again has more of just a watercolor wash kind of look to it on the back. Okay. Yellows could be like goldenrod or any number of kinds of flowers. It's just, I love that it doesn't have to look like a specific flower. It just gives that illusion of a beautiful wildflower meadow with some big trees back there. Oh, and look at those. I think we've got some starry sky and maybe some orchid oasis in there. night of navy. Really pretty. Look at those. Ooh, could make a beautiful sunrise or sunset for that one. And we have some more pretty flowers, an illusion there of a fence, which is pretty, and the hills in the back. Okay. Oh, and this one has just a sort of a close-up of flowers on the other side. I like this one too. I probably will use that for some card fronts. Oh, look at that. Aren't they gorgeous? Little sky could be morning, very early morning, or early twilight. Oh, it reminds me of a great book that I used to read to my son, Grandfather Twilight. It was beautiful. All right, so some trees and some clouds. And this one also has sort of a close-up of flowers there, and then daisies, or what I assume to be daisies. And we will be using this one as well. And that one has, again, the illusion of clouds, or not, but I could see using this as a background for a nice bright balloon cut with the hot air balloon dies. So lots and lots of fun with that. So what are we doing tonight? Well, now that I've showed you all that pretty paper, let's put together a really pretty simple kind of card. Okay, so just your standard card front. Okay, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. And then let me give you, and I will write or type these in the comments. So I cut from left to right 3 pieces. The first piece is 2 1/8. Okay, and that one's going to go kind of right there. And then we have one just over 1/8. But I probably did cut it at 1 1/8. This grid paper is probably not quite as accurate. So I would say if you do 2 1/8, 1 1/8, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. So just over a half. Okay. And so we're seeing that card base peek out, but because I cut the pieces in order, you get that, your brain kind of puts those pieces back together. So it's kind of really an interesting thing. So let's put these, let's use seal adhesive, and what I'm going to do is, whoops, there we go. I'm going to do this edge with just the littlest border. Oops, I've got a little sticky on my thumb. So I'm going to put this one down with just that little border. Then I'm going to try and match my border over here. There we go. So another small border on this side. And I'm not going to press that. I'm going to just set that there. And then we'll put this one, because I may have to do a little adjusting. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Oh no, we did pretty good. Height-wise, I think we did pretty well. Yep. And yep, looks good. So now we can press that in. Okay, so then I thought we could use, this almost feels too big. I think I'm going to change my mind. I know, crazy, right? Oh, and I thought I brought my scraps over so that, maybe I didn't. I was going to use the edge to do just a little, the back side, and just do a little bit on the bottom. But I'm not seeing those scraps here, so I guess I'm not doing that right now, because, you know, I may not be the mommy, but I've got some serious baby brain happening right now. I really do, having this baby in my house, which I love. I would never, ever not have her here. All right, what if we just use some white? You guys keep a little baggie of like die cut shapes nearby. I keep them nearby just in case something goes a little bit wrong. So let's see let's just do, oh, thank you for your friendship. Yeah. Or even, I have an even better idea. We are going to go so small and tiny. This is going to be good. All right, so we are just going to ink up thank you. Now I may have to clean. Oh. Okay. Now I could have masked because I have some little pieces here, but it's just as easy to check and clean off those that little bit that got inked. And we'll just stick that down. Whoops, I got a little on that end. That's okay. We're gonna solve that problem. I wonder where my, oh, there's my snips. They're a little farther down than I thought. Okay, so going to, now normally I do not trim without a trimmer, but I think I can do this because the thing that I'm trimming is nearly just one it's just the length of the blades. So there. Okay, so we can just put that right over here, kind of in this dark spot. We're going to grab some, I could use mini dimensionals since I have them sitting here. Like that. Okay. There we go. There. And then let's just put this right here. Because really, I don't want to see a whole lot other than this. Now I may take my Wink of Stella and just give the centers of some of these flowers just a tiny bit. Like, you don't need, this paper is so beautiful, it doesn't need much, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of Wink of Stella to some of these centers and flowers here, like that, just to give it a little bit. And maybe a little in the, what could be the water back here. Like that. Okay. So just a little bit of shimmer like that. And then a small greeting. And that's going to be one that doesn't need a lot. Okay. I might add some gems just for some sparkle. In fact, I have, what do I have out? I had something out. I don't know where they went. I had some iridescent pearls out, but I'm not sure where I set them. Shannon and I were cleaning this afternoon while Miss Audrey took a little snooze in her stroller. So that was nice. And anyway, I think for a very simple, easy card to let the designer series paper really do all the work, that works for me. All right, so then let's step it up just a little bit. Okay, so now I have the same kind of a base, 8.5 by 5.5. This time I scored it at 4 1/4 and 1 1/2. So I did 1 1/2 and then I did 4 1/4, and I have a little Z-fold card. All right, so let me show you how this is going to work. All right, so this piece is the farthest over. So this is just going to hide kind of behind here. Then we have this one. See how this is working? So when it's closed, they all line up just like this. Okay. Then when you open it, we're going to have some white here. You could even have white here for a bigger piece for your message. All right. Like that. So what are these pieces? All right, so we have 1 1/4, because you just need that little bit. You don't actually want it going all the way under here, because it's going to be covered up and you want the continuation. Okay, so we have 1 1/4 and 1 3/8. So this one that goes on the front is 1 3/8, because remember this was 1 1/2 wide. Okay, and then this piece that's going to line up on the outside like this is 2 3/8, almost 2 1/2. And if you wanted to do it 2 1/2, it's probably fine. Okay, so let's get these on. All right. So I'm wondering who's out there with me tonight. Well, I have some friends. I don't know who you are because I can't see your names, but I'm glad you're here. All right, so let's just get this over to the edge like that. Then we're going to put this one, and I will put the 2 different cards and their measurements in the comments on the Facebook, and I will have them in the description on the YouTube video. Okay, so if you need to know, and we'll call them card 1 and card 2, I think is what we will do. So I just put a thin piece of white here. If you needed a bigger message, like I said, you could put white here as well if you wanted to. I'm just kind of putting a little bit here so that we can have, oh, hang on a second. Hang on. I want to do this sort of carefully. All right, so I'm going to have just the littlest edge over here, and we're going to kind of make sure, yep, that's good. Then we can just put this over here, and if it covers up the tiniest edge, that is okay. So I moved it, I sort of touched it to the score, and then I moved it just away a little bit because I don't want it to get kind of caught in there. But I also didn't want it to cover too much of that pretty paper. So if you want, knowing, you know, if you do your white at 1 3/4, know that this piece is going to overlap. So I would put this in right up near the edge and then put this in, and I think you'll be all right. Okay, but it gives us this really pretty, let me get my bone folder and just give this a really good crease here and a really good crease here so that those will stay shut a little bit better. And then I'm going to put, I think I can do it this way. Maybe what I want to do is do that. Okay. All right, so what we're going to put here is sending it, this one is Very Best Occasion. So I'm using 2 stamps out of this. The Sending You Smiles for Every Moment of Your Special Day, which could be anything, but I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday in the inside because I know just who's getting this, because I'm late. And I didn't mean to be late, but somehow those birthdays on the 1st or 2nd of the month just sneak right up. All right, so let's put this here. Like that, and then we'll grab the Happy Birthday and tuck that in here. Okay, that way. All right, so then, yeah, I think we'll do it this way. So I still maintain the continuity, and I'm not really, what I'm covering up isn't really anything spectacular. So I'm going to make sure that I only put adhesive over here. So about here, here, and here. Come on, there it goes. All right, so then we'll put this like that. Okay. There. All right. So I hope that you thought that was fun. I love letting the designer series paper really do the talking, and this paper is beautiful. And by the way, this paper is going to coordinate beautifully with the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. So if you haven't gotten your Paper Pumpkin, or haven't signed up for Paper Pumpkin, or if you got a subscription, a prepaid subscription during Celebration, make sure you check your email, and you may have to check your junk or spam folder or something, and make sure you go and get an account, or go to your account in Paper Pumpkin, sign in, and do the redeem code, and put that code in there from the email that you got, so that you do not miss out on the beautiful kit for March, and you don't miss out on the free gift. Okay, so you want to make sure you do that. All right, and I look forward to stamping with you again next week. Thanks.